Welcome to afternoon action.
Sports! Box doors open!
So we've got Siegel, Schaefer, and Baru out there. Schaefer takes it, tries to chip it around, stopped by Dynamo in their brightly orange-colored trimmed jerseys. Knocked up to Baru. Baru tries to center, hits the official. He dumps it to Siegel's feet, and back come the Dynamo now, 1-on-2. Drive wide, Kumnik pushes them wide, knocks the puck off the stick, and rims it around. Gathered by the Dynamo behind the net. And Kumnik, Siegel do battle. Siegel gathers it, chips it around, and it goes up to Goldberg. Goldberg stepped up on, and Kumnik rims it around. Goes over to Zachi. Zachi comes up, chips it up, goes around, has a step, continues to go, drives wide, has Goldberg, tries the toe drag, that's knocked away, and knocked around, and goes Goldberg. Out to Schweitzer. Schweitzer looks, toe drag. That doesn't work. Now Foligno comes over. Gathered on by almost gathered on by Armstrong and followed on by Foligno. Foligno goes to Zachi. Zachi goes up to Armstrong. That's in his feet. And now Schweitzer gathers. Decides to go back to Foligno. Foligno goes up to Goldberg. And now Goldberg knocks it away from the Dynamo player. He steps up. And they're not able to get it out. Good look, shot, gloved and saved by Bartley. Siegel, Bowen, Schaefer on the ice with Foligno and Ladigan. Siegel steps in, wins it over to Foligno. Foligno chips it up to Bowen. Bowen pushes it to the line, up to Siegel. Siegel chips it past. 2-on-1 possible. Siegel pushes over to Schaefer. Onside. Called by the official and rimmed out to center red. Gathered by Schaefer. He goes wide, looks, and rims it around. Siegel in behind the net. He throws it out front, nobody there, and CP Dynamo throw it back to center red. Ladigan gathers on. He surveys, looks. Going to take it himself. Steps up, goes wide to Schaefer, and that one's going to go down in behind the net. Pursued by Siegel. And stepped up on by Baru, came in on a line change, and the Dynamo are going to push now. And they come 2-on-2. Drive wide, centering pass, Fandon. And in behind the net, thrown out top, tipped by Armstrong. And he loses that foot race, but followed on by Schweitzer. Schweitzer comes up, cuts to the middle. He gets hooked down, no call. And over to Baru with the rebound. In clean and got hooked down. Got the shot off, but no call made by the official. And rimmed around. Comes to the point. Zachi backs up. Kumnik's back there already from a line change, and they come 1-on-2. Push wide, shot, knocked into the corner. And Kumnik chips it. Now Armstrong tips it. Comes up to Armstrong. No, it does not. Goes to the defenseman who throws it back in. Kumnik goes back, rims it around to Baru. Knocked up by Zachi to the point, and that one will come out. Tempted into the Penguins bench, and we'll have a whistle. Siegel, Goldberg, Bowen, with Siegel as your center, and Kumnik and Zachi as your D pairing. And in step Siegel. And puck tied up and taken by the center. Loss of room, stepped up on by Zachi. That hits his through the legs of Siegel and back into the Penguin zone as the puck. Kumnik stops, pulls up, looks, goes up the boards. That's knocked, taken away. In come the Dynamo. Drive hard to the net and taken off a Siegel from behind the net. Dances with it behind the net. Siegel gathers it, throws it around to Goldberg. Goldberg takes it, chips it up for Siegel. Siegel's got speed, knocked away from him, and just past the stick of Goldberg. Back come the Dynamo. Drive inside. Bowen with a nice back check, picks up the forward there and knocks the puck away. And gathered on by Zachi. Zachi tries to chip it around, does. Now he has length, throws it to Bowen. Bowen gathers on, looks, gets that knocked off his stick. Siegel now takes it, he chips it up. That goes back to center red. Goldberg in pursuit through Bowen and back to Kumnik. D to D, over to Foligno. And Foligno looks, goes high off the glass and off the official and up to Armstrong. Armstrong drives wide, chips it around, and does battle with two Dynamo players. Thus far, both teams seem to be feeling each other out. Not a lot of shots. End-to-end action, back and forth. And we do battle near side here. Armstrong and Foligno. Goes back to Ladigan. He's going to test the side. Goes off the wall. Out to Schaefer, who does battle now with two Dynamo. One of them takes possession. Gathered on by Ladigan, who throws it back up. Schaefer goes cross-ice to Baru. Penguins passing just a little behind this game. Not been able to hit the weak side winger for a clean breakout. They're really kind of stymied in their play right now. In front, clean look. Armstrong, shot, score! Colton Armstrong picks the pocket of the defender and goes high glove side on the left-hand glove-catching goaltender and makes it 1-0 Penguins. Puck one back, right in between the defensemen. Foligno comes back for it. He rims it around to Baru, not able to get there. And the Dynamo start to work down low. That one's rimmed around. And Foligno does battle. And Foligno does more battle. It's a one-man wrecking crew back there, and Foligno taking on anybody and everybody that'll come near him. Now Armstrong comes down. Foligno gets it. And he's able to chip it to Baru. Baru looks, goes cross-ice to Schaefer, and out come the Penguins. Schaefer's going to drive outside in, pull up, circle. That's knocked off his stick and back into the Penguin zone. Over to Goldberg. That hits off of his stick and goes up to Schaefer. Schaefer gets stepped up on, and puck goes forward to Goldberg. He's got a chance. Centering pass, backhand shot, save made. Goaltender on Schweitzer. Dynamo goaltender just got a toe out there. The beautiful save. That centering pass just missed. Schweitzer goes down in a heap into the corner, and the Dynamo come away with the puck. And they're going to dump it in. They're going to get a line change, and the Pens are going to go back and gather on. Zachi comes back. He has trouble handling the puck, throws it up, and isn't able to get it through. Back into the corner it goes. Kumnik comes over. And the Dynamo follow on. There's a man open in front. They look, go cross corner, gathered on by Kumnik. Kumnik looks, and dumps it into the zone. Owen in pursuit, chips it away. Schweitzer gathers. Out front, shot, score! Ryan Schweitzer. Nifty little backhand shot. Finds the back of the net. 2-0 Penguins. 7:26 to go. So Schweitzer, Goldberg, Bowen, Ladigan, Foligno are your five. Penguins blue line now. Gathered on by Ladigan. He'll pull up, stop, go center ice to Goldberg. Goldberg goes to Bowen. Bowen has Schweitzer. Goes backhand to him. In comes Schweitzer. Drives wide. Shot blocked. Still fights for it in the corner. And he still does battle. Dynamo chip it up. Ladigan pulls up. They chip it around, but Bowen comes back from his forward position to cover and goes to Foligno. Foligno goes to Goldberg. Goldberg gets in, offside, onside called by the official. And now Schweitzer has it. He dances, gets the puck taken away. Foligno steps up, puck stays in the zone, now comes out to center red. What a weird little play there. And up it goes back to center red. That puck hits Siegel, and Siegel comes in 2-on-4 with Bowen. Tries a shot, goes to Bowen. He tries a shot, that gets blocked. And back come the Dynamo now. Look out, 2-on-2. And they shot glove down by Bartley. And up to Siegel. Siegel goes cross ice to Schaefer. He cuts into the middle, gives it to Brew, tried to give it to Brew, just behind him. And they throw it. And now they'll throw it across ice and come in one-on-one. Kumnik with an active stick, knocks the player and the puck to the boards, and then steps up and knocks it even further. Siegel hits the official, and now it comes back to Kumnik. Kumnik chips it around, but not past the second. Centering pass, taken away nicely by Zachi. And Baru and a player bump into each other. They go flying. Siegel steps up, knocks the puck free, but not gone. It's still in the zone. And back goes Zachi for it. Nice play there by Zachi, and it goes to Schaefer. Schaefer goes over to Siegel. Siegel cuts across, goes to Baru. No, doesn't go to Baru. Takes the shot. Gloved and held by the Dynamo goaltender. We have 23 to go. First period. 2-0 Penguins. We've got Goldberg, Schaefer, and Armstrong. With Zachi and Kumnik back, they come to the Dynamo now. They've got speed, drive wide on Zachi. He pushes him wide, shot, blocker aside by Bartley into the corner nicely, and gathered on by Zachi. Zachi beats the first wave of Dynamo players, comes up, looks, dumps it in, and in they go. Goldberg pressures now. Schweitzer pressures out to the point. And going to go back to Zachi. Tries to go cross ice. That's picked off. Stepped up nicely on by Foligno. Goes to Armstrong. Armstrong goes to Schweitzer. Schweitzer comes in. Goes inside out. Beats one. Backhand shot. Not able to beat the Dynamo goaltender. 4:45 to go. First period. So Armstrong, Schweitzer, Goldberg, Ladigan, Foligno still out there. And down in the corner, do the Penguins work. Rimmed around, quick out up top, but held in by Foligno. Foligno dumps it back into Armstrong, just kicks over his stick into the corner. And Armstrong does battle. Now Goldberg's down there. Now it's rimmed around to Ladigan. He gets there in time, holds it, and does not hold it. Came outside the zone, and we'll have a face-off with 4:16 to go. Good. So we have Siegel, Schaefer, Baru with Foligno and Bowen on defense. Siegel steps in. He wins the puck back to Foligno. He looks. Foligno with a nice sauce pass up to Baru. And they throw it back. And try to come out the center red. Back check nicely by Siegel. And now stepped up on by Foligno. They try to do something with it. Now going to the corner. Go in behind the net. Foligno chases. And around they go. Siegel down low to help out. He's not able to get it, but Foligno knocks it to the corner. And Baru grabs it. Baru goes cross ice, hits a skate, and up come the Penguins. Chips it in front, just ahead of Siegel. Now Baru leans on the boards, is able to stop it, but in come the Dynamo. 1-on-2. Shot deflects into the corner, taken by Bowen. He takes a body and gets knocked down. And thrown back to center red. Thrown in. One of the Penguins players, tripped coming out of the board, stepped up on and shot wide. And into the corner. So board work seemed to be getting more physical now as the first period goes on. Zachi goes up to Schaefer. Schaefer goes back to Schweitzer. And Schweitzer comes with speed. Has Baru to the right side. Gets it knocked off his stick. And Baru tries to dump it, not able to do so. Ladigan steps up. Doesn't hold it in, but slows the man down. Schweitzer takes the puck. And now at the blue line, it doesn't go in. And offsides. Two Penguin players say hello to each other at center ice after the play. And And one back to Ladigan. He knocks it back and goes into the Dynamo bench. We'll have another face-off with 2:29 to go first period. And that one's rimmed around. Knocked back into the Penguin zone, gathered on by Zachi. Zachi flips it up to Goldberg. Goldberg goes up to Armstrong. Chest stepped up on nicely, but Armstrong gets it by, drives wide. Backhand shot, that's knocked aside, put behind the net. And now both teams do battle behind the net. Dynamo come out with it and get to the blue line. Backhand pass, tipped away, stepped up on by Ladigan, and back to Schweitzer he goes. Schweitzer surveys, goes and checked up on by Zachi, but still they push it forward. Back they come, and it could be a 2-on-1. Schweitzer with a hard back check, gloved and held by Bartley. So 5-man change for the Penguins. We're going to have Siegel, Baru, Schaefer, and Bowen and Foligno is your D pairing. Puck knocked forward, grabbed by Baru. Baru goes up to Schaefer. Schaefer comes with speed down the left side. Drives wide. Thrown to Siegel. And his stick lifted and thrown cross ice. Back on the Dynamo. Foligno backs up. Shot high, knocked in the corner by Bartley. Knocked down by Foligno, who goes behind the net. Not able to get it clear. Siegel comes down. He gains possession. And Foligno comes over again. He gathers on, cuts between one, looks, goes up ice to Siegel, hits him in the skate, and Siegel chips it to Schaefer. Now Siegel gathers on, Penguins stay on side, pulled up by Siegel, shot blocked. Baru gathers on, and the Dynamo throw it back out. With the center red, and back they come. Cross ice pass taken away by Siegel. Foligno sends it up to Baru, and he's met with a player off the bench with too many men on the ice. Not called, and we continue on. 31 seconds to go in this first period. And Dynamo defense from behind the net comes with speed. Wide pass. Foligno pushes over. Shot. The glove of Bartley and in. 2-1. So the non-too-many-men call comes back to haunt the Penguins. And the play would have been stopped and they would have been on the power play. Instead, it turns into a goal the other way. And now a 2-1 game. I mean, too many men wasn't even close. The kid came out and immediately attacked while the other player was still on the ice. Centering pass blocked away by Bartley. Gathered on by Goldberg. 10 seconds going. Goldberg pushes. Shot. That's blocked. Thrown back up. 5 seconds left. And taken by Schweitzer. He goes to Ladigan, and we'll be back momentarily with second period action. All right, welcome back to second period action. Bowen, Siegel, and Schaefer. Puck being dug along the boards. Polino throws it in wide to Schaefer. Schaefer comes in 1-on-2. That gets knocked into the corner. And thrown up to the point. And back on the Dynamo with a head of steam. Drives wide, beats the first man. Polino steps over. Backhand shot. That goes wide. And out come the Dynamo. In behind the net, they look. Backhand shot. Saved, held for a whistle. Baruch, Schweitzer, Armstrong, Polino, and Ladigan. One by Schweitzer into the corner. Ladigan does battle. He takes a bump, goes down. And now Polino comes over. And it goes up to Baruch. Baruch cross ice to Armstrong. Armstrong comes in 1-on-3. He'll dump it down in on the Dynamo goaltender and has trouble holding it, and we get a whistle. Took a weird hop off his blade and kicked out of his glove. And could have been trouble. Face-off tied up. Baruch challenges. That's shipped around him. Schweitzer comes over. He takes it. Goes back to Zachi. Zachi goes up to Armstrong. Armstrong goes around the defender. And come the Penguins now. They have a step. And Armstrong pulls up. And Schweitzer follows on. He goes around the net. Looks. Surveys. Cuts back. 1-on-2. Gets the puck knocked away. And Armstrong in pursuit. Now Baruch. And center's going to dump it in. Gathered by the Dynamo. They go around behind the net. And Baruch in pursuit. That one's rimmed around. And out come the Dynamo. Schweitzer with back pressure. And they're going to cut cross ice. Thrown to center red. And thrown back into the Penguin zone. Back to center red. Back to the Penguin zone. And down into the Dynamo zone this time. Goldberg in pursuit. He's on it. Pressure rimmed around. And Siegel with the back check. He comes over. Bowen gathers it. Looks. He goes up to Goldberg. Goldberg comes in now. Has Ladigan wide. That puck's knocked away. And far side. Siegel comes over. He dumps it down. And they go up to Siegel. Siegel holds it. Looks, goes in front to Bowen. Bowen gets it knocked off his stick. And Goldberg isn't able to gain it. Puck was offsides, not called by the official. And Polino with a stick check, gathered on by Siegel. Siegel goes up to Bowen. Bowen comes down. Looks, goes to Goldberg. Goldberg comes in 1-on-2. Bowen and Siegel are going to go for a change. Backhand by Goldberg. That's kicked back into the corner. Tried to center. Now Polino comes down. Decides better of it. Pulls back. And Armstrong comes over. He holds it in. And back to center red. Polino gathers it. Goes wide to his D partner. And Ladigan knocks it up to Schaefer. Tipped away by Baruch, but still goes to the Dynamo defenseman. And not able to be handled by Armstrong. Dynamo step up. Shot. Big rebound off to the side. That one's cleared aside. And the Dynamo take possession. They throw it to the point. Shot blocked by Baruch and sent forward. Not far enough for icing. And back go the Dynamo in their own zone. Armstrong with the poke check. That doesn't get it. And offsides are the Penguins. 11:13 to go. Second period. 2-1 Penguins. Going in pressure. Cross ice pass, outlet. Player comes in 1-on-2, drives low, and Schweitzer comes down. He outlets to Bowen. Bowen looks, tries to go across ice. That's knocked away, and he gathers on. Goes up to Goldberg. Goldberg cuts across, stayed onside. He held up and pulled in. It was an onside play, but they seem to have a hard time with that one today. So
Offsides, onside, and onside, offside.
that one's one back to Kumnick. Kumnick dumps it down, and the Dynamo are going to go behind their net and try to go out the other side. Stepped up on by Goldberg, just tipped over the stick of Schweitzer, and back on the Dynamo. Cross-ice sauce pass there. Nice play, one-on-one. Stepped up on nicely by Zachy, and that one's going to hit the netting. So nice play by Luca to take time and space away from the Dynamo player as he was trying to let that one go. Puck deemed to have not hit anything and gone out of the zone, so the Penguins will get a break there, and face-off will be outside the zone. Puck won by the Dynamo, back to center red, and back to the D they go. Zachy tries to go up, and offside are the Dynamo. And 21 to go. The last 30 seconds are taking about of game time, of keeping about 5 minutes to play. Game's gotten very choppy all of a sudden. So Zachy takes it. He goes backhand up to Schweitzer. Schweitzer goes back to Kumnick, and Kumnick's going to circle back behind his net. Goes over to Zachy. Zachy goes up to Goldberg. Goes over to Schweitzer. Schweitzer goes back to Goldberg, and up they come with steam. Goldberg's going to dump it, and Bowen's going to go in. He comes down, dumps it back to Schweitzer. That goes over his stick. And out come the Dynamo on the opposite side. They chip it up to center, up to the blue line. Held in nicely by Goldberg. Challenge. Schweitzer now pushes, and Zachy comes in. Taken by the Dynamo, held in by Schweitzer. He cuts inside, now outside. Shot, high shot, not seen by the goaltender. He had a hard time handling it. Bowen in behind the net now. He knocks it off a stick. Schweitzer centers, and Baru comes over. Baru's going to dance with it for a while. Penguins change on the fly in the zone there. Centering pass to Siegel. He gets slew-footed and knocked down. You can't go from behind a player and go clean through their legs. It's how people get hurt, and it should be called. And Schaefer with Foligno and Ladigan. And puck's won by the Dynamo. Stepped up on by Ladigan. He'll knock it back into the zone. Dynamo knock it right back to center red. Stepped up on by Ladigan and chipped over to Siegel. Siegel comes in 1-on-2, drives wide, shot, gloved, knocked down, not gloved, rebound, save. Puck's loose. It's just getting knocked around. Shot by Foligno coming. Oh, smart play. Shoots to the low right side where the goaltender didn't have a stick. But beautiful save by the goaltender through traffic to get that right leg out. Siegel looks. And he's shot. That one's off the net, behind. And both players miss it. It comes into the corner still. Chipped up and back on the Dynamo now. Foligno pushes wide, steps up, stops the player. Siegel follows on. He chips it, and now Baru comes in. And back to center. Schaefer's got a step. He comes in 1-on-1, drives outside. Shot, glove, but not held, and now held by the Dynamo goaltender. So the Pens showing a flurry of offense there. Just weren't able to bury it in the melee because of some beautiful goaltending work by the Dynamo goaltender. Schweitzer, Goldberg, and Armstrong. Lino and Ladigan. Puck goes to Armstrong. Now it goes to Ladigan. Ladigan sends it around down low to Schweitzer. Goldberg goes behind the net. He goes back to Schweitzer. Schweitzer goes back to Goldberg. Goldberg looks. Centering pass to Armstrong. Shoot. Score! Beautiful tic-tac-toe play by the Penguins. Beautiful play. Schweitzer wins that one back to Ladigan. He surveys, chips it up to Goldberg, and down comes Goldberg. He drives the outside. Toe drag gets knocked into the goaltender, and he's going to hold on to it. Schweitzer steps in, does battle. The Dynamo take possession of that one, rim it around, and out come the Dynamo. Come back 2-on-2. Schweitzer's going to join the back check and make it a 2-on-3. Dynamo player's going to cycle high. Still skating with the puck. And he's on his first complete lap. Rims that one around to no one. Over comes Armstrong. Armstrong not able to get it out. And Schweitzer comes down low. He's going to hold it. Shot. Save made. It rides up the goaltender stick. Rebound. Just lays there. He's not able to get it. And I don't know where the puck's at. There's a whistle. Probably let a little go. Siegel, Schaefer, Bowen with Zachi and Kumnik. Eagle steps in. Wins it to Bowen. Bowen goes back to Zachi. Zachi looks, goes back down behind the net, and Siegel's in pursuit. He pulls up. Nice centering pass to Schaefer from backhand. Blind pass behind himself. Goes right to Schaefer, and he takes a beautiful shot. Nice save by the goaltender, though. And they up offside. Not offside. Knocked to the corner. Centering pass. Knocked away by Armstrong. Rimmed around behind the net to the Dynamo player. They look. Attempted shot blocked by Zachi. And across ice to Bowen. Hits his skate. Goes back to center red. They chip it up. And back come Siegel and Bowen. Siegel dumps it down. And rimmed around where Schaefer pursues. Goes past him. And back on the Dynamo. 2-on-2. Stepped up on nicely. Out of the zone again. Still not called. And back to the blue line. Officials having a hard time with offsides today. And that one comes back to center. Gathered on by Schweitzer. He cuts back. Penn's making a change in the zone because it's the second period. Held on to nicely by Schweitzer, but now sent back down to Zachi. Zachi looks. Penalty coming.
These guys doing?
What's the call? Neither official, one official knows what's going on. The other one does not seem to. And now they're going to talk. They're going to decide what they're supposed to do and maybe tell each other why they stopped the play. Still talking. No one's gone to the box. No signal's been made. We're just standing here watching two officials. And now we're going to come over. No. All right, so we stopped playing in the middle of play for no reason, and apparently we're ready to drop the puck. Wait, we're explaining to the coaches what's going on. And here we go, puck drop. We've got Schweitzer, Armstrong, and Baru. Armstrong takes the puck and goes to center red. Dynamo chip it past that lane, and back they come 3-on-2 if they hurry. They crisscross, high shot, fanned on, and the puck's just floating around. Baru comes down to support, and he throws it back to center red. Official made no movement towards the puck and went the exact opposite direction, and they're going to call it icing. And in steps Schweitzer. He knocks it back to Armstrong, or to Ladigan, sorry. And Baru comes down low to help out. Rimmed around to the point, gathered on by the Dynamo. They dump it back down behind the net, stepped up on by Foligno. And he's going to go around. Not able to beat that man. And now gets some support. And looks. Hits a stick. Goes over Baru's. And the Dynamo hold it in clean. They got a good look. Stepped up on nicely by Ladigan. And now Armstrong comes with speed. He chips it up to Baru, but not able to get it there. And back on the Dynamo with speed. Got knocked away by Bartley, and that one's cleared aside. And Schweitzer's going to gracefully take it out. Goes up to Baru. Baru looks, drives wide, shot. That gets knocked aside. And into Schweitzer. He's going to come outside the zone and will be offsides. Goldberg, Bowen, and Siegel with Kumnik and Zachi is your D pairing. Siegel steps in, wins that one to Goldberg. Goldberg's going to dump it in, and the Dynamo go back and retreat behind their net. They don't take mid-ice breakouts well. They always cycle back behind their net and kind of try to draw you in. I feel like it would almost behoove the Penguins to not fall for that bait and go in like that, but they definitely want to get you flowing one direction and go the other. Kumnik's going to rush it. He comes up, chips it over to Bowen. Bowen pulls up, stops, centering pass. That goes on net, and the goaltender will hold it. 3:42 to go, second period. And Siegel steps in again. Wins that one up the middle. Stepped up on by Zachi. And the Dynamo chip it behind. Back they come. 3-on-3. Cooper Siegel covering for him. Drives the man wide. Zachi comes down. Now Goldberg comes over. He gets the puck. Goldberg goes. They got a 3-on-2 if they hurry. Goes cross ice to Siegel. Stay on side. Siegel goes to Goldberg. Not able to get to the other side on Bowen, who was just sitting there with nobody on him. And up comes the puck. Knocked back to center red. And gathered on by Kumnik. Up to nobody in offsides. It was up to Bowen, but the defenseman had stepped up and cut it off. And they came in offsides, so. For Armstrong, Baru with Zachi and Kumnik, and that one's won by the Dynamo. Their defenseman's going to chip it in, and it goes to Kumnik. Kumnik's going to look. He goes up. So 2:51 to go, second period. It's turned into was a very flowy game. It's turned into a very choppy game here all of a sudden. And time seems to be standing still. Not a whole lot of action and bang for a buck right now. Guess it's a good thing the price of admission isn't very expensive. Good game, just very choppy right now. So Schaefer knocks it up and out, and that's offsides. So we continue with the 3 seconds of gameplay and a whistle. At this rate, I made it be 123 by this time this game ends. Strong steps in. And one forward by the Dynamo. Good play there by the center to knock it out and go. Rimmed around to Foligno. Foligno surveys. Chips it up nicely to Baru. Cut a little bit inside of where he was, but now followed on by Armstrong. Chips it up to Baru. Baru has a step. Not able to get the puck. And in behind. Centering. Chip. Nice tip by Schaefer. Just didn't get on net, but a tight angle shot and beautiful deflection. Back on the Dynamo. Stepped up on by Ladigan. That one gets knocked into the corner. And Foligno does battle. Wins that one. Wins the second one. And knocks it up to center, but not out. To Armstrong. Still not able to get it out. Now it goes to center red. And Ladigan comes over from his D position. He turns, gets hooked, no call, and chips it up. Back behind the net to Foligno. And Foligno knocks it forward, goes to Baru. Baru goes up to Schaefer. Schaefer comes in 1-on-2. He looks, dumps it in, and in goes Armstrong. Over comes Goldberg. And he does battle. Knocks it past one. Not as many. Chips it forward for the Dynamo. In come the Dynamo. And shot off the net and gloved and held by Bartley. So we have Schweitzer, Goldberg, Bowen. 18 to go in the second period. One by looks, shot, and held by the goaltender. .56 to go if we need the exact tenths of a second. And that one's won. Back on the Dynamo. Knocked wide by Zachi. Player comes with speed. Drives wide. Centering pass, kicks off the stick. Bowen comes up, knocked to the point, but not out, and rimmed back around. Zachi's going to turn, go to Schweitzer. Schweitzer's going to carry, chips it up to Bowen. Bowen looks, chips it out, and not up to Schweitzer, though. He had a little trouble handling that pass. In comes Goldberg. Puck gets knocked wide. And blue line, 19 seconds to go. Schweitzer comes over. That's tipped wide once, twice into the behind the net, and up comes Schaefer. That just misses his stick, and nobody has an arm. Decided to wait until it got over the line to signal the kids that are learning how to play the game that it's an icing call. 6.7 to go. Siegel, Baru, Schaefer, Zachi, and Kumnik. Siegel wins it nicely. And Zachi's just going to eat it in the corner. Centering pass, chance, shot, wide, and that'll do it for second period action. We'll join you back here shortly for what sure will be a very interesting and fun third period. Will start us for the third period here with Foligno and Ladigan. And fake drop by the official. Now he drops it. And back on the Dynamo. Ladigan with an aggressive step up there. Beautiful stick. And Schaefer chips it by. Penguins have a 2-on-1. Schaefer and Baru. Goes wide to Baru. Baru comes in. Looks. Pass to Schaefer. Shot. Beautiful there. The Dynamo goaltender, and the rebound was not picked up by their defenders and buried by Tyson Schaefer. So the defender leaving his feet on that 2-on-1 led it to a 2-on-0 and allowed the Penguins to get the rebound and bury the puck on a beautiful cross-ice save by the goaltender. Siegel wins that one forward, chips it, goes again, he comes in clean, shot! No, I'm not sure if he fanned under if it hit a skate. Goes into the corner. And Ladigan steps up, he holds in. Now chip past him, Baru's covering, Siegel goes to Ladigan. Ladigan kicks it back to Baru. Baru looks, tried to go up offside, are the Dynamo. Sorry about the weird noises. Wasn't sure if the official was going to call it and kind of was waiting to see what was going to happen. It's been about a 50-50 guess on whether we're going to get the right call for offsides today or not. So we've got Schweitzer, Armstrong, and Goldberg. Ladigan and Foligno. 14 to go, third period. Rimmed around to Goldberg. That goes past him. The Dynamo look to make a pie. And held in. Rimmed back around. Foligno in pursuit. He comes down low, takes a bump. Throws the puck to Schweitzer. Schweitzer goes cross ice to Ladigan. Ladigan steps up, but defender comes in. He gets a stick on it. And that rebound is held now. No, still not held. And goes cross ice. So the Dynamo were definitely looking to sell out with a hold on the points. And the Penguins need to be careful of that and try to take advantage of it. Shot goes. Two men are down behind the net, one on top of the other in a weird situation. No, there are three, two Penguins and a Dynamo player. They look like a yellow and black sandwich back there. And Schweitzer takes the puck. He curls out, goes to Goldberg. Shot! Held nicely by the Dynamo goaltender. So 13:08 to go. Third period. 4-1 Penguins. Schweitzer steps in, lifts the stick, and the Dynamo come in and take that puck away. Goldberg fights for it, goes back to center. Cross ice pass picked off. Shot, glove not held by Bartley. And centering pass, or no, shot on Bartley. He holds it and takes it. And they're going to literally fire it from everywhere. So the Penguins defenders need to be aware of that and use it to their advantage. Siegel, Bowen, and Schaefer. Schaefer, sorry. Zachi and Kumnik. Siegel stops. He blows a tire. Goes back up, though, to Siegel. Siegel goes cross ice to Bowen. Bowen gathers on. And he trips on the red line, unfortunately, and tries to get it deep. Puck comes back to center red. And back they come, 2-on-2. Shot knocked away by Bartley. Bowen down. He works the man to the corner. Siegel comes back down now to pick up. And nobody moves their feet. Wide open in front. Shot blocked nicely by Zachi. Up comes Schaefer. 1-on-2. He's going to slow it down. Tries to do a toe drag. Not successful, and back they come. Penguins need to get the puck a little deeper there to allow their defenseman time to change. And Siegel takes it. He goes up to Baru, pinched immediately by one of the Dynamo player, and out they roll. Foligno up high, challenging. Nice stick check there. Shot coming, blocked away by Bartley. And we're starting to see a lot of pucks come to the Penguins goaltender right now. They are literally firing it from everywhere. Baru comes up. He's going to challenge 1-on-3, tries to split, gets stepped up on, but Schaefer has it now. Shot! Glove save, rebound, just cleared by the Dynamo. Stepped up on by Ladigan now. Schaefer grabs it. And he throws it to the side. Checked up, and out it comes. Ladigan back. He gathers on and goes up to Schaefer. Schaefer gathers, looks. He chips it up, just misses both wingers, and back go wide pass to Baru by Schweitzer. He drives wide. Stepped up on, nice little backhand pass. Another one, chip, just missed Schweitzer. We almost had to go backhand to Baru, backhand to, from Baru, and from Armstrong to Schweitzer for a nice little backdoor look, but Armstrong chips it to Schweitzer from behind. Schweitzer looks, goes to Armstrong, and puck goes in behind the net. 10:28 to go, third period. And Zachi takes it. He blows a tire. Everyone seems to be blowing tires right at center red there. And that's offsides. Not called so. And back we come. Schweitzer comes in 1-on-3. He gets stepped up on and takes the puck away. Tries to get it down low. Blocked. And stepped up on by Goldberg. That's rimmed around. And Armstrong will come over. Not able to get there. And in they come, onsides. And Goldberg gathers it. Tries to get it up, not able to do so, and stepped up on by Kumnick. Now shot in on Bartley and held. Nice rebound control there. 9:41 to go. Zachi and Kumnick. Zachi does battle. And it goes up to the point, not held in. And Bowen will pressure. And in they come. Onside. And on Bartley, held. And we'll get. And knocked into the corner for Zachi. Won nicely by Siegel. He does battle, gets it to Goldberg. Goldberg looks, tries to go to Siegel. That stepped up on nicely. Centering pass, shot, and held by Bartley. A little bit out of the zone and come with speed because they're going to find opportunities because the Dynamo are just rushing, bullheaded straight at them. Stepped up on by Bowen. Now Kumnick steps up on the forward. And chipped up, Siegel does nicely to Bowen. Bowen goes to Goldberg. And back they come 2-on-2. Goldberg drives wide. He's still going wide. Looks. And pulls up into the corner. Now Bowen will go behind the net and pursue. That's outletted up. And hits the back of the skate. Armstrong's there. Bowen's there. Now Goldberg gathers it. He gets it knocked away, and it goes back to center red. Kumnick takes it. Goes up to Bowen. Bowen gathers on. He's not able to get it deep. And back they come. Stepped up on by Kumnick. Bowen with a back check, and puck comes over to the corner. And Kumnick goes around 1, now 2. They got a 2-on-1 if they hurry. Kumnick drives wide, looks, puck won't settle down on him, and just kicks over his stick. Puck was on edge the entire way down the ice there. And Foligno gathers on.
Go!
He comes in. Drives wide, shot, gets blocked in the corner. Foligno carries on and rimmed around. Schaefer comes over. He gathers the puck. Goes cross ice, misses Foligno, but now he comes over and will dump it back behind the net. Armstrong down deep. Nice pass there by the Dynamo, but lifted stick by Armstrong leads to a shot, a backhand pass that just kicked by Schaefer. And now Baru's got a shot, blocked. And the Dynamo put it on their own goaltender, and no rebound for the Penguins. They just weren't there, but had an opportunity. Baru cycles high, gets it knocked off his stick, and back on the Dynamo 2-on-2. Shot from way out high. That one's knocked aside. And up they go. Baru with speed now. Tries to cut in. That's knocked off his stick. Penguins really need to play some smarter hockey and start getting the puck deep. They're doing a whole lot of moves up high. Nice save by Bartley with the right leg. Whole lot of moves up high and not getting the puck deep and killing time. There we go. Armstrong will dump it. He's going to go change, and Schaefer's going to go pursue. He's back there, knocks the puck off the stick, and now Ladigan steps up. Goes to Schaefer. Schaefer's there by himself, still centering pass. That gets knocked behind, and Schweitzer comes down low. Back to Schaefer. Schaefer looks, goes back to Schweitzer. And attempted iced, but knocked, almost held by Foligno, and Ladigan comes back. Puck really not sitting down on edge for the Penguins very well right now. And Schweitzer takes it. He comes in, drives the left side. He stepped up on. continues around with the puck, and now there's a bunch up in the corner, and Bowen looks for it. He gets it, goes back down to Goldberg. Goldberg rolls out high, shot, nice save, rebound, Zachi, shot, just zips past the net. Ladigan comes down, and Ladigan fights behind the net now. Bowen steps in, and Ladigan comes back now, and that one's just flipped and sent back to center red. Zachi takes it. He looks, has ice, going to chip it up to Bowen. Bowen steps in and tries to dump it down. It goes to Schweitzer. That kicks over his stick. Now Zachi has it. Bomb coming in between Bowen's legs. Rebound, shot from his knees is Goldberg. Rebound, and nothing doing. CP Dynamo goaltender holds. We have 5:41 to go. We now have Siegel, Baru, and Schaefer with Zachi and Kumnik. One out by the Dynamo. Look out. Back they come. Kumnik with an active stick, but not able to get it. He swings back around, though, pinches the player off, and gathers on. Rims it around to Schaefer. And he looks, throws up the boards, and out he goes. Baru with a head of steam. And no ice. Baru battles for the puck. Centering pass that hits a Dynamo player, and they throw it back to the blue line. Gathered on by Zachi nicely. Goes to Baru. Baru centers, missing Schaefer. And Schaefer comes over. He stops the puck, and now it comes back, and back on the Dynamo, 3-on-2. We need to see wheels and hustle from the forwards. Siegel comes back. He tries to get into the play, and the Dynamo ring wide, swing wide. There we go. And shot blocked nicely by Zachi. And Zachi's going to push. Chips it off, and Baru will go in and chase. 4:43 to go. Baru looks, centering pass for Schaefer. Bounces off his stick. Stuck in the Dynamo player's skates. Gathered on by Siegel. Shot. Deflected wide. You okay? And back comes Schaefer with the back check. Knocks it once, and they come in deemed onside. Shot cross ice. And up to Siegel. Siegel looks. He's going to take it and pull up at the blue line. Everybody stops, gets back onside, and they dump it in. Siegel's going to go for a line change. And Goldberg's going to pressure. Stepped up on by Armstrong. And knocked back to the Penguins' blue line. Gathered on by Ladigan. 3:42 to go. Nice play by Alex there by Ladigan to chip it up over the wave of forwards and get them going back the other direction. This one's going to be dumped in, and the Penguins are going to have to gather behind their own net. Who chips it up, pinched in. Armstrong goes through everybody, and they come Schweitzer now with speed. He has Goldberg. Backhand, not able to get there. Right idea, just a little in front of Goldberg. And the Dynamo missed their pass. Ladigan takes that. He gets stepped up on. Now Foligno, Ladigan both come over. Schweitzer's over there. They survey. Ladigan turns. And back to center red. They go D to D and try to come back up. Stepped up on and dumped in. 2:35 to go. And that pass is picked off. Up high, attempted shot. That hits three bodies and goes wide. Schweitzer comes down, decides to go behind the net with it, and regroup. He looks. He has Armstrong, decides not to go to him, and is going to dump it down. Now Armstrong's going to chase. He's back behind the net, still working, still dangling, just killing time. Now Siegel gathers, comes out from behind, just walks out, fans on the roof shot, and held by the Dynamo goaltender. Didn't quite get the wood he wanted on it there to lift it, and it went into the Dynamo goaltender and held. So Siegel, Bowen, Schaefer with Kumnik and Zachi, and 1:58 to go. One to Zachi, big shot, That's blocked. Back to Kumnik. Kumnik will just smartly go back to center red, chip it in, and we're going to call the millimeter offside when we missed the flagrant ones all game. 1:50 to go. Still not even sure that one was, but... Stepped into, Cooper Siegel wins it and goes back to the Pens. Kumnik sits with it and holds, and Zachi gets some time and space. Hits Siegel, but it knocks a stick from behind. Back come the Dynamo, and Zachi pushes wide. Knocked behind the net, rimmed around to nobody. Sorry, they're still down below doing battle. And it goes to Schaefer. Schaefer, now Siegel has it. Siegel looks. Cuts to the middle. Now Schaefer takes it. He tries to dump it down, not able to do so. That's what I'm talking about. We got to get the puck deep there. And Zachi chips it up. Goes to Siegel. Siegel darts around the blue line. Comes in. Takes a far out shot. Gloved and held by the goaltender. And Dynamo rim it back behind their net. 56 seconds to go. We've got Armstrong, Schweitzer, and Baru out there with Ladigan and Foligno. And puck goes wide. Foligno steps up. That's knocked behind the net. And in low is Ladigan. And now Schweitzer. And back behind the net. Now Schweitzer does battle. 32 seconds to go. And the puck just dying down there. We're just holding it against the boards and killing time. Penalty forthcoming against the Dynamo. With 21 seconds to go, we'll have what I believe is our first... Is that our first power play of the game? So we get our first penalty of the game with 21 seconds remaining. Kind of seems like a weird time to make that call, but... So Schweitzer will step in. And he wins it nicely back to Ladigan. Ladigan's going to knock it over to the corner and back to center red. Foligno looks, goes smartly back to Ladigan. 10 seconds to go. Ladigan looks. He dumps it in. And that's going to have some pressure from the Penguins. And over to the corner. Schweitzer with the pressure, and that'll do it. All right, so game 2 of the weekend here between the Dynamo and the Penguins. We'll stay here momentarily, do the handshake, and once that's done, we'll join you tomorrow. Bright and early, I believe. We have an 8 a.m. start. And I believe we're playing the Rochester Junior Americans, so be ready for a heavy hitter tomorrow.